In the previous video I complained that most jerseys are boring. So I combined kits of Arsenal, Dortmund, Manchester City and Fiorentina with well-known Pokémon. Today we're going to continue this series. We'll see if you like my ideas for Liverpool, PSG, Napoli and Inter Miami. Subscribe and enjoy. Let's kick things off with the most famous French club, PSG. I think this is one of my better ideas. You know, there is Gallardos, but there is also rare, shiny Gallardos. And since PSG often uses that red stripe on the front, it will fit perfectly. Initially, I wanted to draw it in a straight line in the center, something like that, but it'd look kinda weird. And I'd have trouble placing the sponsor's logo in the middle. And without the sponsor, there is no PSG anymore. I think this way it'll work the best. First thing I needed to do was the line art. Right after finishing the sketch. To have more control over the line thickness, I did this in Illustrator. The image is a bit simplified in some places, but that's okay. The final effect is what matters. Shiny Gyarados is super rare, it's strong and all that. It's like a star among Pokémon, and at one point PSG was all about stars. After finishing the line art, I moved on the coloring. I ditched the yellow color, we're just using red, white and this pinkish shade. After finishing the coloring, I realized the lines were too thick and had to redo the whole process. But that's fine, it's just half an hour of my life. In the end, I added a light outline and a grunge texture. It looks less cartoonish when the lines are thinner, and with that texture it looks even better. The front is done, now the back of the shirt. Initially I wanted to place this Gyarados in the back somewhere below the number and maybe above the number, like some part of him. It didn't fit well though. It would have to be smaller or I'd have to reduce the size of the number. I think it's enough that it's on the front only. So here is how the front and back of the jersey look. Okay, we're going to England. Liverpool is one of my favorite English clubs. I don't even know why, but I really like them. I think it's gonna be the most detailed jersey out of all I created so far, and I think it's the best one. Their logo features the mythical liverbird. I thought it would be cool to design something with a legendary bird. So Moltres is the best choice. What a surprise! Liverpool's new jersey have a lot of yellow accents, so the choice was obvious. This is the base, and this is my idea. The flames will be on the sleeves, around the collar, and at the bottom, under the sponsor's logo, and in the center we'll have Moltres. That's roughly how it'll look. I started by sketching out my vision. I wanted to tweak Moltres a bit. Even at the sketch stage, I was happy with how the project was shaping up. And when you can see the potential at this stage, you feel a lot of motivation to finish it. I began drawing the flames on the shoulders and sleeves. I took a moment to figure out how they should look in the final version, whether they should have an outline and so on. This is what it looked like at a certain stage. Then I added some more details. I started drawing the final version of Moltres. It's slightly modified from the reference, as you can see, but only a little bit. I colored him in and it looked pretty cool. Next I worked on fitting the flames at the bottom of the jersey. This one is meant to be really intricate. And yeah, I also added some more flames around the collar. Meanwhile, I changed all the wild details to yellow. Color stripes and the sponsor logo. Without the white accents, it doesn't really look like a Liverpool jersey. Or it still does, I don't know, but it looks cool. So, moving on. The plan was to have flames on the back as well. I placed them on the shoulders, around the collar and at the bottom of the jersey, like exactly the same spots like on the front. Even the flames fit nicely with the whole design. This is the final design. What do you think? Review each jersey in the comments. And let's move on to the next project for Napoli. It's also a little more complicated. And it's also with Gyarados, with a regular version, not the shiny one. Quick geography lesson: Naples is by the sea, that's why a water Pokémon was the only possible choice. I started by finding a good reference and tracing Gyarados. I wanted to draw him with thicker lines to give the jersey a more cartoon vibe, or like mascot logo style. I wanted this jersey to stand out a bit from other designs. I'm drawing it in Photoshop for those who don't know. Gyarados is also a perfect choice because of his color scheme. There is an Italian flag in the middle, the red in the flag matches the red mouth, and the gold outline fits nicely too. After finishing Gyarados, things got annoying. I wanted to draw waves in the background, but couldn't get the line thickness and the shape right. I was testing a lot of options. I spent hours drawing different waves and got really frustrated at some point, just like Napoli with some of their players. I also wanted to add the wave pattern to the shoulders and sleeves to make the design more interesting. I did it, but it looked so. I tried to save it, but it was a mistake. I even made a different color version, but it also looked weird. Maybe some of you like it, I don't. Eventually, I decided the waves would only be behind Gyarados and on the sleeves. Something like that. The whole design is more minimalist, the back references the front design. I spent some time figuring out how to place the waves so they'd look cool there. Here's the final project. I had the idea to post these designs on subreddits of specific clubs, but I don't have enough points or something to post there. So if you post it, tag me, tag the author please, it will help me a lot. So yeah, you guys tell me if the design is bellissimo or not. I guess I shouldn't review my own work. Last project for today, Inter Miami. Messi deserves a cool jersey.
You know why Messi's the best player I ever seen in my life? He's an animal.
After all, no one really cares about the MLS. It's kind of a ghost league. Everyone ghosts them. So we'll combine their shirt with a ghost Pokémon, with Ghastly. It fits perfectly here because the color scheme is spot on. Even the shape of Inter Miami's logo is ideal for this project. Like, it's a perfect couple. I started with a sketch. So Ghastly in the middle, and we'll add some smoke to the sleeves. I made another more complicated version too. I wanted the smoke pattern to be repeated all over the jersey. It would make this design stand out a lot. You can decide which one's better in the end. I prefer more minimalistic projects, but maybe you have a different opinion. I thought about editing the bottom of the jersey too, and I did it. It looks like that. At the end I will give you all the versions to compare. I was thinking about adding the smoke around the logo as well, but it didn't look good, and we shouldn't edit a logo, I think. It's too much. In the meantime, I designed a matching back. I really like their font actually. If you know the name of the font, let me know. I copied that smoke on the sleeves. At the bottom I made it a bit larger than in the front because there was more space. And that's it. Here's the final version of the Inter Miami jersey combined with Ghastly. That is very quick because there is nothing complicated here. Here are all the versions to compare, and let me know which one you prefer. And that's it for today. I know these aren't the same cuts as the original jerseys, but I don't make enough yet to buy every possible mockup. If you have any suggestions for the next projects, leave them in the comments. If you need a design, send me an email. Bye.